In your practice, do you find people think impact is difficult?
I think they do. I think that there's a huge variation, but so many people find it incredibly daunting. And
Daunting's good, yeah.
Daunting is probably the word I'd use.
Is that because it's so big?
Yeah, well, it's seen as so big, and because we have the models we have of impact on things like the REF database, we have the big stories that come out of our funders. It's big, 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 big. Mm-hmm. So people think unless they're doing this big thing, it doesn't count.
Unless I cure cancer.
Precisely. So a lot of people are incredibly daunted by it, and that might be because of the scale of it, because of the workload, because their work is so far kind of away from that, the kind of fundamental sciences and so on. So people think of it as very challenging, very difficult, something else out there. And the need then is to get them to see how they fit into that journey. And it's not about changing the world. A piece of research will never ever change the world. It will contribute.
Yeah.
And finding that contribution is the thing that makes it look less daunting.
And that's one thing that you and I do with the tools that we use is to, yes, researchers are daunted, but they want to change the world. And our job is to help them figure out what is the specific piece of that change that they can own. And specifically, if it's a grant application within the 2, 3, 5 years of this funded application, where are you going to be on that pathway to that change? And that's our job, and that's why we need these tools to be able to help our researchers craft their pathways but understand their piece of it.
I think impact isn't rocket science. It's not in itself a difficult thing. It's about the process of connecting research to the outside world, and those processes can be difficult and challenging and sensitive and all of those things, but in itself it's not rocket science. What happens is people become kind of lost in a system that isn't supportive. Yeah. And whether that's by design or just workload and all of those things, people are left unstructured. They don't necessarily have the support to build that skill set and to build that sense of clear pathways towards impact that make it feel less daunting. So in all of this space, it's crucial that support structure is there to help people navigate how they can get their research out to impact.
I did write a blog a few years ago that said it's not rocket science. What we do is logical, it's straightforward. We help our researchers see that. What I think is the rocket science, what I think is difficult is creating a healthy system of supports for impact. That I think requires you to have a strategy to your organization. It requires you to find the funds to invest in people and to build their capacity so that we've got continuing ongoing supports for impact. I think that's the rocket science. And then once we've got the rocket scientists in there, then we can provide our services. But I think building that system of supports, I think that's the key to a healthy impact system.
And being aspirational but not unrealistic.
Now, to be clear, when we started in knowledge mobilization in Research Impact Canada, we had York and the University of Victoria, and the knowledge broker at the University of Victoria was a rocket scientist.
Sometimes it is rocket science.
It does help.